Hey guys, so welcome back. So I'm trying out something different with the camera, so you'll notice that I'm a little bit transparent. I'm just trying it out, so I'd like your guys' feedback if you wouldn't mind dropping it in the comment section. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think about that, but I don't know. It might be actually more distracting since there's like something going on inside of me. But yeah, please let me know what you think about that. If you think I think it might just be better with normal opacity, but. Yeah, just playing around with settings and stuff. Anyway, so I'm dropping in with my clan here. This is a full squad. I actually haven't played like all week. It's been kind of crazy. So what's been going on is so my dad is in a nursing home, and he has been for quite some time. So he's got a lot of mental health issues, and he's also got a lot of physical health issues, and some of which are really catching up with him. So. Something that I deal with because of his mental health issues is I am his healthcare proxy. So if he's unfit to make healthcare decisions on his own, then I'm the person that's supposed to make them or help make them for him. So that's something that I've been dealing with right now, is because he's on dialysis, his kidneys are failing and stuff, and he's been wanting to die, but it's up to me to determine that he's actually in the right state of mind to to let that happen. He's been like slowly dying over the last few years and everything, but you know, I owe it to him to second guess his decisions because of his mental health status. He's got a lot of stuff going on, and at the time when he first made the decision, he was kind of depressed and stuff, and so it kind of puts me in an awkward spot. I have to help him help determine if that's still what he wants to do. And it's actually been weeks since that happened, and it seems like that's what he's wanting to do, and I really can't blame him. It might be hard for some of you guys to understand, but he's lived with a lot of really serious health issues for so long. It's a really hard situation to explain, and I don't want him to go. Like, that's going to be like so hard, but you know, at the same time, you know, I need to make sure I'm doing what's right for him too, because he's lived a really hard life that I wouldn't have time enough in a day to explain to all of you guys. And he suffers deeply all the time. So it's really tough and everything. And if it's his desire to go, I mean, that's his choice to. And all he would have to do is just stop dialysis for his kidneys. Which he's been on for a while, and basically if you stop dialysis, that means you're gone in a few weeks. So that's something that I've been dealing with right now, is that. So I hope you guys will bear with me being gone from the channel for so much lately. That's what's going on. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a life update there and let you know what was happening with that. So I do appreciate you guys hanging in there with me and stuff, but some of that's calmed down, and I actually have some more help from like his family members and things like that that are helping, you know, coordinate with his doctors and everything, so it's not all on me, especially since we've got our new little addition in our family and some other stuff to deal with. You know what, we actually don't want this beacon. I was gonna take the beacon, but it looks like we probably are going to win this game just fine, so hopefully I don't eat those words, but that's why I didn't take the beacon, is because my teammates would probably be mad at me if I had taken it. It would have made too quick of a win. And then people get less silver, and we all need silver up here in Champion League, so, well, we all need silver all over the game these days, but, and the days before. Pretty much this is always about silver. So anyways, I'm just kind of running like an eclectic hangar of stuff. I figured some of this stuff might be fun. I do have a Falcon tutorial I'll be putting out. This is actually some pretty terrible Falcon gameplay. But I have a Falcon tutorial that's going to be coming out soon. It's actually quite an effective bot if you know how to use it. If you don't, it really sucks. But if you do know how to use it, it can be quite the force to be reckoned with. So look out for that. I actually have all the footage for it. I get into editing it, and that same weekend I started editing it, like, I think it was 2 weeks ago, was when my dad started talking to me about wanting to, you know, pass on and stuff. So kind of crazy stuff. But anyway, so I don't know how long these guys will sit here, but I'll bring you guys back when we're dropping in on the next match. Alright guys, welcome back to the next round. So it looks like we're dropping in on a King of the Hill, which always happens, it seems like. Oh, I totally just did something. So I've been playing Ark a bit more. It seemed like a bunch of you guys really liked it, and I'm really hoping to make it a regular thing on the channel. I've actually been having a lot of fun with it, and it's one thing that's nice about it is if you're playing solo, not on one of like the public servers or something like that. If you're playing solo, you don't need an internet connection to be able to play, which is really nice. I know a lot of you guys are, a lot of you struggle with like internet connections sometimes and things like that. Based on where you live, or maybe you're just like out of the house a lot, or out of the office building a lot, or wherever it is that you usually get that stuff done. It might be an interesting game for a lot of you guys. But anyway, let's get in a little bit more on the gameplay here. So I did my best to hold off on center there, and it looks like my team was able to catch up with me with a few more heavy hitters. Whoops. So I don't know if you guys have been getting this too, but actually, I don't know if you just saw the joystick. If you rewind, you'll probably see the joystick just snap to neutral, and that's not something I did. My hand was still on the screen, and it just like snapped back. So I'm not 100% sure what the what the issue is there, and I'm wondering if a lot of you guys are also experiencing the same thing. It also may be that my phone is trying to do too many things at the same time. I've got like wires sticking out of it all over the place and whatnot. So I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if that's the thing, but that jump just got totally wasted because of that. So let's just move out of the way of these tempests over here, and we'll help cover this beacon. It looks like we'll be able to keep it just fine. Next beacon is going to go there, and then the subsequent beacon is going to be over here on their side. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with how to play King of the Hill, which sadly seems like a lot of people, even though it's been out for quite a while, a lot of people still seem to struggle with it greatly. But that's how it works. So what's random is when, like, it's kind of misleading when they announce the game mode and stuff, but what is random about the beacons, it's not about how random they are the entire game. What's random is that it's randomly selected which team gets their, I guess you could say, their home beacon first. And so in this case it went to center, and then the next beacon is random, and it ended up being their home beacon. And so from there, then the pattern begins where it goes to our home beacon, and then it goes to their far beacon, and then to our far beacon, and then back to center, and the pattern starts over again. It's no longer randomized, the pattern is set. So that's how King of the Hill works. And I may have called it Beacon Rush a second ago. If I did, I apologize. But anyway, yeah, so for those of you who are still unfamiliar with it or struggle with the game mode, predicting the beacons is very important. And one of the next most important things, which, I mean, people in all levels of play fail to recognize often, is that just because you can stand on a beacon to make it go faster doesn't mean you should. Yes, you will get more beacon points for doing so. However, your team may lose because of your getting those beacon points. You may need to, so basically it's all about timing. So you don't want the beacons to go too fast. If they go too fast, then you may not be able to make the presence that you need at the subsequent beacon as it's coming up. So make sure you keep that in mind. So as an example, since it goes to their far beacon first, so that one that I'm looking at right now, the next one is going to be our farm beacon over there. And so they're going to have an advantage. They've already taken that beacon, and then while we're over there getting our beacon, they can move up and make a presence on center while we're over there grouting that. So that's something to keep in mind as you're playing. There's different ways to play, and with my clan, I mean, pretty much I don't even need to go get this beacon because we're probably going to make these guys out because yeah, these guys are crazy. But yeah, so that's the thing. But so for me, as an example right here, if you're being a team player, not just going for your own capture points, which, I mean, it's understandable if you just want to go for capture points because of, wanting silver and everything. But if you want the more likely scenario, especially if the game is close, if you want your team to win, capture the beacon and get off of it. Or if you don't capture it, then you have 3 minutes of an uncaptured beacon to be able to work with. So for me here, I actually haven't gotten a piece of like any of the beacons yet, so I'm going to stay in this beacon and try to get some points, because I'm probably going to be on the very bottom of the board here in both damage and in beacon stuff. It doesn't help that we're anyway, it doesn't help that we're like decimating them too, because these guys are gonna have tons of damage and they're gonna have the beacons. But I hope that makes sense with the beacon rush stuff. Those are just things to keep in mind as you're playing, as you're trying to get better at it, or if you're trying to work with a team that may not be doing everything that they can to win. You can try to ensure your team's victory by just applying principles like that, because often the game really can be swung by one person playing the game right. I've been that person in a lot of cases, and you can be that person too. And a lot of times it's going to take more than one if you have just a better team overall on the other side. And and stuff happens. But I've had tons and tons of King of the Hill games where it seems like I'm the only person who knows what's going on. And it can be frustrating sometimes, but you can also be the reason that your team wins. So just keep that in mind. Play to win. That's what I do. I don't really care about my position in the leaderboard quite as much. I do want the silver, but my position in the leaderboard is not as important to me. I always try to play to win, regardless, even if it means like my score is going to be crappy or whatever else. See if we can get the drop on this guy here. I'm jumping behind where they're all spawning from. That'll give my Thunder a little bit of an advantage while these guys are spawning in. And then they'll be focused on the players in front of them and less likely to be focused on me behind them. So, and I'm sure you guys already know that. But anyway, so that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just a little bit of a life update. That was the biggest thing I wanted to do. I reworked my schedule a little bit so that I can do more recording and be more consistent with you guys again. But did you see Quack down there with 1.6 million? These guys are crazy. He's a great new addition to Iron Smiles. But anyway, so that's gonna be it for me for today. Like I said, I'm working with my schedule to try to get the videos more consistent again. But I had to prioritize way more important things in my life before my YouTube channel, so that's where we were at. So anyway, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the love and support. I really do appreciate the prayers and everything that you guys have been offering for me too. And there's a lot of you guys that are a little bit closer to me than others, just because of experience together over the years. We've become friends and everything, but there's been a lot of you guys supporting me and praying for me and stuff like that. It means the world to me. You guys are amazing, and I hope you have an amazing day.